For more analysis on this, I'm joined by US political and communications strategist Colin Reed. Hi there, Colin. Thank you for your time. What do you think Biden is going to say in about 30 minutes when he speaks?
Well, we'll find out, Lay. I'll say this. President Biden has been noticeably very visible. He's been a presence today. He's going to go on camera multiple times, which is unusual for him and his usual cadence. And look, the undeniable reality is we are 112 days away from a national election. It's an election that President Biden is right now losing. And the events of last night, certainly we don't want to look at them through a political lens. There's a human lens and be cognizant of that. But the hard reality for him is this is not a helpful political development. And he's running out of time to turn his campaign around.
So what do you see as the fallout from a political lens?
Well, I also think that the country right now is looking to rise above this moment. They understand that a former president came within an inch of losing his life. And that's something that even those who don't harbor any sort of personal goodwill toward President Trump would never consider voting for him. It's a moment that causes them to pause and reset and figure out how we can just take this temperature down. We've been careening toward a moment like this for too long. And I think the country is looking for a big leader to rise to the moment. Neither of these two guys, both of these guys are well known. It remains to be seen which of them can do it. But right now it's a time for healing. It's a time for coming together. It's a time for taking down the temperature. It's really hot outside right here in D.C. Physically, and I think metaphorically as well. And right now people just want an adult in the room to bring the temperature down a bit.
But now there's also finger pointing between the left and the right. The left saying that this is a result of the rage rhetoric, and the right saying that it's the other one's fault.
That's right. And look, former President Trump here, he's got a opportunity now to take this in the direction that he wants to go. We spent the last 14 days talking about nothing but President Biden's debate performance and his ability to perform the job he's seeking to hold for another 4 years. Now the attention shifts back to President Trump. It was going to do that anyway by virtue of the Republican National Convention starting today in Milwaukee and the vice presidential pick and everything that comes with that. But now the eyes of the world and the nation are on former President Trump to see if he can rise to the moment, meet the moment, and help heal and bring this country together. Both of these guys talk a lot about unity and healing and bridging divides. President Biden has certainly not done his part thus far in his campaign. That he's been out there talking about MAGA Republicans, and you're going to see, I think, and I hope, both sides realizing that we cannot continue down this path. We have to break this fever, or else something horrendous is going to happen. Something horrendous already did happen, and only but the grace of God was it not even worse. And we cannot continue. It's an unsustainable path, and the country is crying out for a leader to rise and meet that moment.
Can they be united on gun violence?
Well, the big question right now isn't even related to that. It's how someone got within 200 yards of a former president of the United States and the Republican frontrunner. So all the attention right now is on the Secret Service, and they're going to be held to account. I think you're seeing cries from both Republicans and Democrats. Interesting to know, not about the people who they performed on the stage last night with former President Trump, but how it even got to that point. And I think that's where you're going to see this immediate focus. Usually in the United States, there's always inevitable discussion about gun violence. Doesn't seem to me like that one's going to go in that direction. Some of the cities over here in the United States with some of the most severe crime rates are those with the strictest gun control. So we'll see. We'll see if it goes that direction. I think right now it's more focused on the issue of the Secret Service.